Swallow your pride. When I got home, it was like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Bada bing. That's been the goal all along.
Guys, we've been waiting for this forever. Wait till it's bacon.
We might have to stop our YouTube channel.
I think the biggest mistake we've made is identifying whether or not each piece is bacon bits or pork chops. So
I only know right now.
this is our first ever, yeah, well, we won't know forever, but.
Because I'm working through bacon bits first.
Made himself the ultimate
charcuterie
snack.
I'm living my best life right now.
This is the first ever ground
Our
sausage.
eggs, our breakfast sausage, our sourdough. That's been the goal all along.
Guys, we've been waiting for this forever. Wait till it's bacon. Just wait.
Oh gosh. In about a week. We gotta carry some bacon today.
Last night we had put the camera away. It was about 11 o'clock and Rob was insisting on grinding pork and I didn't know why. This is why.
So I'm having trouble finding just a plain simple breakfast sausage recipe that I think sounds good to me, like the proportions wise. So I went with the one with the most ratings. To me, it already smells a little extra in sage. I mixed it with the seasonings last night to let it sit overnight, which you're supposed to do. When I didn't do that, we made beef sausage and it was too sagey with this same sage. So my theory might be that this sage is ground too much or it's too strong or it might be just weird now. But either way.
Alright. We gotta dig in while it's hot, right?
Dear God, thank you for this day. Thank you for this food and all the abundance and blessings. And thank you for those pigs who were so great and they gave their lives so that we could give our bodies nourishment. We just ask for blessings on this. We help it to strengthen and nourish our bodies. It's actually pretty, I don't think it's too sagey.
I was gonna say it smells like sweetgrass to me.
I think it's right on. I think remember the next day when we ate the beef sausage?
Oh, they're picking up the ATV, it says. Okay, it just popped up as a reminder on the computer.
Oh, I saw a reminder.
ATV pickup. Alright. Rob's been boycotting sausage for months. We haven't been able to have any breakfast proteins. Wow, probably because it's never been frozen. It's good. Be careful. I know you're playing.
It's good, man.
And local, fresh, in-season blueberries.
I also wanted to grind a batch of sausage to see how coarse I want it, and I think this was right. I wasn't sure. Again, 18 different opinions on the internet. None that really co-align with what Antune told me.
What did Antune say?
That he just runs it. So a lot of people double grind, and when I worked in the meat market, I double ground beef. He just said he single grinds it. Must just single grind it through the small plate. But anyone that double grinds or single grinds, just use the big plate first, single grind. I didn't see anything that said single grind through the small plate. Single grind through. If you're gonna use a small plate, you gotta do coarse plate and then fine plate. Also, big tip from them: forming sausage patties. Run your hands under ice cold water for as long as you can, and then deal with the patty, so the fat doesn't stick, and you can just form a nice easy patty.
Did you fix the hen's water?
I think it's hen's water.
Oh, thanks. I'm pretty sure they didn't have water all day yesterday.
There was some a little bit in there, but.
When I got home, it was like this inside.
So we've had some sketchy hens. Had sketchy hens that we got from somebody. We call them sketchy because they're always molting. They look sick. They look haggard.
We don't know how old they are.
We have
really.
no idea how old they are.
It could be 3 years old.
One has been looking so rough for a few weeks and I am feeling bad that I just haven't called it. It could barely walk. It looked like its belly was sagging. I keep putting some food in front of it to like let it eat. It just walks like an old lady. It's gotta be old. It's one of the sketchies. And then today it's rallied. It's lost weight. I don't know if it was holding liquid or laid 5 eggs or what. But also we switched foods recently because we ran out of food, and I don't know. This whatever's happening is working. Now egg production's been good. We got a Salatin blend feed from a different mill, and they didn't have whole roasted soy, and we swapped it for like soy, ground soy, and they did not eat it. But they weren't eating the whole roasted soy from the other one anyway, so I thought, oh well, maybe they'll eat. Our birds don't want that soy. And we've never given them a pellet. It's always been a crumble or a mash, or they're eating a pellet.
We were told by somebody that they wouldn't eat pellets.
Not true. From somebody that gave us some chickens.
She said the chickens were picky.
Chicken good day, chicken day. Okay,
I think when they get hungry enough, they'll eat anything, right?
Yeah, that's maybe the thing.
We ran out like on the 4th of July, so nothing was open. We really had no choice. I don't know if you can hear any of this.
What yesterday?
What are you doing?
Whole full pig bone head.
You need attention? You gave him a pig head?
I gave him all that scrap from pulling the meat
the
off.
scrap.
The meat. And in the bone, the head was in the... I was like, well, you're nuts. It's in there somewhere. They went crazy. Lots of pig skin and fat.
I already am like, oh gosh, what are we going to do with these scraps that we were giving to the pigs?
Scrap monsters. Can't give them chicken scraps. Well, we don't.
We don't like doing that.
Feeding chicken to chicken? I'm not into that.
Sourdough is really something we've only been doing for a couple of months.
We might have to stop our YouTube channel because of Charlie.
How long do you think we've been doing that?
We did it all winter.
I know, but not really that successfully.
I think once we got that starter,
yeah.
It was success.
But that's only been a few months. Just do it. Just get the starter from that person that has a great starter. Don't be trying to make your own starter when it's not working. Swallow your pride. And you'll have beautiful sourdough every day. That completed our meal. They are picking up our 4-wheeler right now. It's gonna get some new plastics put on it. Because when we bought it, they were all scratched up, and they said they were gonna replace them with new at some point, even though the 4-wheeler was brand new. And I think we're getting a winch put on it. There it goes. It's raining. He's got it. There.
Liz is relaxing and doing some yoga, and I just wanted to tell her to not be alarmed if she discovers a pig head in the oven. Because there's a pig head in the oven. So I've had that, the second pig, that would be pork chop, that had split and sitting on a rack in the cool bot. And just now I rubbed it down with some apple cider vinegar, salt, pepper, and garlic. And I'm gonna try roasting it low, like 180 for 3 hours, and then upping it to 325 for a couple hours, and then the last hour is like crisp it up. And we'll have some more pulled pork. I'm trying to use up this abundance that's not gonna get packaged up. As we go here, it's just so much. I have the other pork from the other head and skin in here chilling with the broth I made from it to make the geta, which the geta needs run through the grinder, and then I'll put it in loaf pans and let it set up. And I've got blood sausage in there. I've got all this stuff I want to share with the guys that help me, and I'm trying to figure out how I do that, because some one of them who is a big help doesn't live locally, but I'd like to give him some of this stuff because I know he's really into it because he took the workshop. So I'm trying to get some of these things prepared so I can gift them to these guys. That's traditionally what happened when they would harvest a pig in the winter. They would do the blood sausage and the liverwurst and they would cook all the offal, because a lot of times the people that were cooking all this stuff or helping with it were the peasants, or they weren't necessarily the ones that got to keep the nice cuts of pork. So they would stretch what they got, like the trim, into things like geta, which is like meat mixed with oats, or they would do the blood sausage, which is basically just the blood mixed with like rice and onion. They would make culinary stuff with spices and cheap ingredients that they could enjoy and really stretch the harvest of the pig. So that's why I'm like feeling even more abundance than just having all the meat we have, because we are using everything from nose to tail. Yesterday I ate some blood sausage and it was right on. It's nicely spiced. We've got stock, we've got all the stuffs.
So this is why people do this in the winter, because this is kind of like when your green beans come up, you have to harvest for days and days and days, and then can and, you know, split. And
yeah, next time, and you don't have anything better to do than, you know, it's the winter and it's cold outside, so you don't have to worry about refrigeration. Right. But luckily for us, we have a cool bot.
So how would that work if you had piglets in the spring? Would they not be done? What is the life cycle for a typical feeder pig?
6 to 8 months.
Yeah, so that's if they're having them in April.
Yeah.
People are typically, from what we see on YouTube, I guess.
Just depends on breed, I guess, and what you're feeding or how you're feeding them.
And if you're doing it on farm, then it matters more because you've got a lot to do on your own.
You know, I was really excited to do this and wanted to learn it because it was fresh in my mind, the workshop, and I'm glad we did that. But, you know, this meat will last us more than a year, I think, even if we share. So maybe next time we'll target to do pigs in the winter if we do this again. Do it the right way.
We had trouble finding pigs.
That's right.
That's why we just kind of got what we could get. And
well, and people like that were doing pigs for 4-H locally, like for fair, they really have trouble finding pigs. And just in general, I heard several people, maybe just because on my brain, like, I can't find feeder pigs, like getting my hair cut. Somebody was like, you know, he always got pigs. I'm like,
well, I think that finding the community, once you find the community, I don't think it's necessarily a problem, because once you went to that workshop, you then had another person that was like, you can have all the pigs you want for me.
He's got a pig problem. He said that pigs like to do 2 things, eat and
yeah, so
just depends who you know. Yeah, you got it. Once you're in, you know.
We were in this lifestyle a bit, I'd say probably with our foot. Now we're in up to past our knees. We'll be waist deep when we get steers, maybe. We'll be in over our heads when we get a milk cow.
Like you go sheep, steers, bison. Step it up.
I don't know about sheep. Oh, it's raining. I was gonna mow.
It's raining. Time to harvest them.
It's a good thing I walked the dogs. Okay, what is that?
That is a sausage stuffer, but another bonus tip from Hand Hewn is to use it to freezer pack your ground pork. That one I just was, you gotta get a feel for what a pound looks like.
Where'd you get this?
Amazon.
Oh boy.
This is brought to you by Amazon. So, you get the smaller bags that you think might be good for a pound or 2 pounds or however you want to put it in there. And I've got my chilled ground pork loaded in here. And then you just hold this on here and you start cranking some. There is like definitely no easier way, because this can be a really messy job and you just would have ground greasy pork all over your packaging. This way you're not getting it on there. I got my scale here. Ow. Oh, that's just under. Yeah. So, because 16 ounces in a pound. Okay, I'm gonna get the feel for it here. See, even just trying to add a little bit, what a stink this would be. When you're processing so much pork, it would take forever. So, I even asked them what brand it is. They're like, oh, we went with a cheap one. This is a Haka, and it works great. They actually have a little bit bigger one, but for our needs, perfect. And look, bam. And then I'll back seal it. It'll be. So the other tip is from them is to not make up all your ground pork into breakfast sausage or Italian sausage or whatever, or don't even guess like I want half seasoned breakfast, half seasoned Italian. Just do, and you don't even need to salt it. Just do ground pork, and then you can season it as you go. Because then you like, oh man, I'm so burnt out on sage breakfast sausage. You're stuck once you've seasoned it. Now you could use it for other stuff, lots of other stuff. Pasta sauce, Italian pasta sauce, sausage and peppers, bada bing. And this part's actually really fun. And this stuff's not hard to clean too. It's like this comes off, hot water, just a couple parts. It's commercial equipment. We like commercial equipment. Oh my Lanta. Like a dream. Just like a dream. Dream for some people.
Too little.
Too little?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's kind of in a ball.
No.
I don't know that you can get any closer than that.
Oh, shit.
Told you I had to get a feel down. This would be such a messy stink job. I don't have any grease, any meat on my hands or the packages. When I do chicken, it's really annoying because I guess I need to figure out a better way to do chicken when I vac seal it, because I've got wet chicken on my hands. I'm putting it in the vac bags. Then I'm touching the vac seal. Probably need to vac seal, probably need to do it together. Have one person holding the things open and one person putting it in. Leave those all and then get to the. What do you think? This is the fun part. I went over 1 pound, 0.002.
Over. He's a perfectionist, man.
So it is important if you're going to do a pound, to be consistent in this, whatever it's 2 pounds, 1 pound, however you're going to eat it as a family, but to be consistent in this part, so that when you're using your seasonings later on, you're consistent. What you can use weight or teaspoons or whatever, but consistency is important. And once you find that perfect seasoning blend for your sausage, you don't want to then be like, oh well, this pack is 1.5 pounds. So this also has 2 gears, so that was a slow gear, and then you can go to the high gear to raise it back up. Tilts to reload.
Oh boy.
So cool. And then you load it back up with more sausage. So this I think is a 7 pounder, maybe it's a 1, 2, 3, maybe it's a 4 pounder. Must be 4 pounds. Yeah. So you can load it with 4 pounds at a time. Just pack it in there. I did see the Bearded Butchers using one of these for sausage, but not to vac seal ground. And they are always, the one guy's always complaining when he's trying to put this stuff in. He's like, my hands are too big. I can't get it in there. And he's got mess. He's got bag stuck on his hand. Look at this. Now we are, this is the processing, right? Is this processing? Packaging.
Ground pork. Plain ground pork? You want me to put plain ground pork?
Just ground pork, son.
You're going to make it all plain?
I want to put date.
Oh, what's the date?
Today's date is the 12th, so I guess we'll just do that date.
Just leave the bottom in. Now your hands are gonna get all sticky. Weren't you using a spoon or something before? No, you were getting your hands.
No, I'm getting my hands freaking super moisturized. They feel great.
Isn't that the point of using this to?
Huh?
Bag
No,
this stuff?
I mean to not. Well, every time you would be filling a bag, you'd be touching, you'd be
Oh, okay.
getting it all goopy. It's just
Right.
hard to get ground pork into a tiny bag.
Right. Why does this feel hot? Why is the oven on?
You don't remember?
Huh?
You don't remember? You might want to
The
film
pig head's in there? Oh boy. Who's that?
What's that?
I remember now. And then we're gonna vac seal these just with the vac sealer that we have. You didn't see if it was on sale yesterday?
It's still to Prime Day day, but
Oh, it is? Uh-oh.
I think ours will be fine for ground pork.
So this is just a tiny bit of the ground pork that we're gonna have?
This is just the lower shoulders of the
From
eagles.
one
Yeah,
side?
the lower shoulder. No, it's both sides. I did both shoulders. I did, but it's the lower
okay.
shoulder only.
Well,
It's-
that's not that much.
It's
then.
not. It's well, it's not any trim like from me butchering or anything. It's
Right.
literally just the shoulders.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pounds.
We have one in there that I seasoned already.
So far, 14 pounds of ground pork from one whole pig from just.
I turned the lower shoulder into sausage. Because it's a perfect fat to pork ratio, so you don't have to like try and
Mess around.
And not much that we would really do with the lower shoulder. The top shoulders, I cut them into each side of the top shoulder. I cut into Boston butts roasts, like 3-rib roasts, and that's what we make like when I made shredded pork tacos, like when we bought it seasoned. So we can just put that in a crock pot.
So how many of
Street
those will we
tacos.
have?
Just from that first pig was 6 of those, pretty large. So
Ooh.
probably about 6 or 8 off the next. I haven't even got to the loin, the middle.
It doesn't
pork chops,
seem
but
like much, like to just say 6, you know, but
how many
like
times
when
throughout
you
the year?
rotate meals and stuff, like yeah. You know, you have to be intentional about using those cuts because it's not something that we would normally ever even have in the fridge or freezer, so
But we like street tacos.
yeah. Ooh.
Another
1,
one.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's now 15 pounds.
There's gonna be some stuff in this too. Maybe I should just add it to what I already have in the fridge. Seasoned.
Yeah, unfrozen stuff. Right, unfrozen.
One part might be getting this
Oh,
out here.
that might be another pound. Almost.
I guess I could just squish it into a bag.
Okay, this is the one problem with this.
She's in the right orifice.
You need
to shove.
something to be able to put down in there. Could you not have just run it empty? Or you just...
Don't, yeah, just move that to the bottom because there's still some more in here.
I know.
I did run it. I ran it to the bottom of this thing.
Okay, so this gets stuck and you can't, you literally can't.
Let's see.
You have to do this yourself.
A little bit in the bottom and then what's stuck in the elbow. It's not a big deal.
This is interesting.
Maybe I should just try and...
Just put it in here.
Geez, it might be another. It might be a big one.
Yeah, I think it is. Oh. Nah, it's probably a pound. Ooh. 14.5. That would be...
So mark that. Oh no, it's just over a pound. That'll just be it.
No, it's an ounce under. 14.5 ounces.
Oh, it was? Oh,
yeah.
It wasn't one? Sure, it wasn't one. Oh, here.
You guys are witnesses. He does not trust me.
I read it.
For 1 second. Now it's 14.7 because you added a little bit.
Let's find out when it's over. They're all a little bit over.
Aha. That one. Any of the vacuum sealing process yet? Okay.
You done mowing?
Yep.
Alright, I am vac sealing up the rest of the shoulders. We did the lower shoulder for grind, vac sealed that, it's in the freezer already. I've got my like 6 Boston butts, I got hocks, I got some country style ribs, working through it. I gotta reload the vac seal bags. Hopefully I have some, and I need to order more. I'm gonna definitely need a lot more than what I have.
There's technically no meat in there?
Yeah, it's the real Beyond Meat sausage, the original one. I bet they almost like...
Blood doesn't count as meat, huh?
But you know what? How they make those freaking things? They replicated heme, which is in blood, and extracted it from soy to get that texture and cook like meat. I bet they based it off of this is the real blood, real heme.
Alright, I better try it.
I think it's so good. It kind of tastes like the hoop patties. It's just rice. Like risotto
with
rice.
Blood.
And a lot of herbs, marjoram, coriander, clove, nutmeg, star anise, fennel seed. It's like bam, bam, bam.
Rob worked up quite
Power
the
stuff.
appetite, so he made himself the ultimate
charcuterie.
snack.
I'm living my best life right now.
And what's that mocktail you got there?
This is
Ah! It looks so pretty right now. Let me see. There's layers.
Don't disturb me out.
He's bougie as heck.
My lunch. I'm living in a world of culinary magnificence right now. After lunch, I'm going to start making geta.
I thought maybe we should just end today's video right here as we eat like kings, Rob just said. Just took a little bit of the jaw muscle, is that what that is?
Cheek.
Is it crusty
Listen to this.
layer? Cooked to perfection with some rice cooked in our chicken broth. Perfect ending to the day where we ate our eggs, our sausage, and our sourdough.
We haven't even got to the freaking prime cuts yet. Oops, eating the overflow.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, that was crunchy skin. Good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just a little salt, pepper, and I rubbed it down with apple cider vinegar, and then salt, pepper, and a little garlic.
Did you get all the hair off?
No, I torched it some, but there's some right here and here. That adds to the experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see it.
But we're not eating that anyway. We're looking for this.
All right. Charlie's ready for bed. That's gonna do it for us, guys.
Hi, Charlie.
We will see you guys in the next video.
Bye.